Hi, for the followers of my channel, I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I post a lot of train videos. I like trains quite a bit, and I pretty much put up videos once a week or at least a couple times a month of varying quality of trains that I see while I'm out. If you want a really good high quality train video, definitely go to my son's channel, Spencer Whitman. It's called Alcos and Rarities. He does first class train videos with narration. But I thought I would do a little bit of family history. My mom was from Pennsylvania. She's Pennsylvania Dutch, or Pennsylvania Germans, as some people say. So when I was a kid, I was heavily exposed to Pennsylvania Dutch. My relatives spoke it, and I grew up knowing a lot of words. Like at the breakfast table, we would ask for Hinkel Oyer, which was chicken eggs. We said Hinkel. I hear other Pennsylvania Dutch saying Hingel, which is a slightly different version. But Schunkelfleisch was bacon. Ruge am Tisch meant quiet at the table. And if you were a bad boy, you were Schnickelfritz. If your hair was messed up, it was Strubli. We knew quite a few Pennsylvania Dutch words. Well, my family been in Pennsylvania since the Revolutionary War, since before the Revolutionary War. And so I inherited a lot of really, really old German books printed in America, but these were family books. And I have maybe dozens of these, and I can read them. They're written in Fraktur, the old German script, and I'll be putting up some pictures of these in a moment, detailed. But I can pretty much read these. They're written in a very simple Hochdeutsch style. This book was published in 1859, it says on the cover. It's the Deutscher Kinderfreund for Schule und Haus. So it's like the German Kinderfreund. That's like kid-friendly, the kid's friend. If I was a kid, I wouldn't consider a school book my friend. But for Schule, for school, and Haus, that's like at home. And it's basically just a German primer full of all kinds of interesting text, and I'll be looking at an excerpt from that in a moment. Let's go to this one next. This one is published, unbelievably, in 1838, right there inside. Think about that, 1838. It was a different America then. It was a different world. Passenger pigeons were flying in the sky in the millions. Heath hen were still around, the ivory-billed woodpecker, all these things that are extinct now. Millions of buffalo were roaming the plains out west, the prairies. 1838, going to be 200 years old soon. And this is a Das Neue and Verbesserte, the new and improved Gesangbuch, a songbook, worin die Psalmen Davids samt einer Sammlung alter und neuer, haven't read the Fraktur in a while, geistreicher Lieder. So it's old and new spiritual leader songs that are collected, including the Psalms, the complete Psalms of David. And very interesting book. But talking about trains, which is kind of the sub-theme today, this book, where the binding is almost falling apart, the only date I can find inside says 1840. It says, entered according to the Act of Congress in the year 1840 by J.G. Schmauk in the clerk's office of the District Court of the Eastern District of Pennsylvania. 1840. appears to be kind of like a Library of Congress entry. But this has the oldest depiction of a train I've ever seen. 1840. You got to realize B&O, America's oldest railroad, was founded in 1832. And then this book, I'm going to put the picture up in a moment, talk about it, has a depiction of a very early train in it. Maybe one of the oldest in print ever printed in America. This is German book printed in America. So I'll be putting those up for you. So here's the depiction of the train. The text is in Fraktur, as I said. I learned to read Fraktur when I was 11 years old. And right above the train it says Römische Zahlen. So those are Roman numerals. Again, this is a primer teaching kids. And here it is, right in the bottom of the page. A very early primitive North American train, which I find very interesting. It's interesting how this got printed. I don't know if the illustrator saw it in person or copied it from a newspaper or what, but this is the train. You might notice that the year 1840 is printed in the Roman numeral list, and here is the page where the 1840 was also recorded at the front of the book. This is the cover of the Deutscher Kinderfreund book that I referred to earlier. And by the way, the songs, the collected songs, Geistreich, in the text. Let me make sure I'm saying it right. Yeah, Geistreicher Lieder. That's probably best translated as spiritually rich songs, not just spiritual. And then here's a sample of text from another primer with a spiritual lesson. It has the first brother murder, which is Cain and Abel. And the text talks about how sin entered the world and how Adam and Eve fell in the garden.